everybody. My name is Mars. You can call me MG if you would like, and we are here for the final TBR of 2025. Crazy how December is already upon us, but that's just how time goes, I guess. If you are new here, I have 3 different ways that I use to pick my TBR for the month. I've got my 25 in 2025 priorities list, I've got my book clubs, and I've got my TBR game, The Adventurers TBR. So we are going to start off with my 25 in 2025 priorities to see if I can finish some of those up before the end of the year. So in this jar, I have a list of all of the 25 and 2025 series that I have left because I finished all of the books that were on their own and I just have a few series left. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through them all, but I'm going to pull 2 from here to prioritize, and we will see what they end up being, because there are quite a few slips of paper in here. And I've got 3 here. Should I just pull 3 since they're already in my hand and it's the last month and we might as well get crazy with it? I think that's what we're gonna do. So I've got 3 slips of paper here, and the first one is the Poppy War. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. So did I make a mistake saying I would do all 3? Perhaps, but it's done. So I will be reading book 2 of the Poppy War, which is The Dragon Republic, The Burning God. I don't know which one is book 2. You will see it here on the screen, but whatever book 2 in the Poppy War series is. I will be reading... Oh, my hair is caught. Oh, thank goodness. Ice Planet Barbarians. Always a great time. I believe I am on book 7? It's the next 2 books are the 2 sisters, and I believe those are books 7 and 8. So I think I'm on book 7. If I'm wrong, it's whatever. Again, you will see a cover right here on the screen. And our bonus series that I will be continuing is... Oh! Graceling! So I will be finishing out this series. How wonderful to finish out a series at the end of the year. November, this is a spoiler for my wrap-up. November, I did finish 2 different series, but I also started, like, at least 4 more, maybe 5? I genuinely don't even know. Started a lot of series in November, so it's gonna be good to finish one off. I will be reading Sea Sparrow, I think is what it's called. I was not impressed with Winterkeep, so my expectations for this are not the highest, but hopefully I end up enjoying it a lot more than I think I will. Next up are my book clubs. So I am part of 2 different book clubs. The first is the Nostalgia Train book club, and I believe the pick for December is going to be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and unfortunately I will not be participating because I have only read the first book in the Grishaverse. I've only read Shadow and Bone, and I would like to finish out that trilogy before I move on to Six of Crows, so as sad as I am to say, I will not be participating in the Nostalgia Train book club this month. The other book club that I'm in was called the Bujo Buddies book club. Now I believe it's called the Goobers Who Read book club, and the pick is called Tiny Habits. This is a nonfiction, self-help productivity kind of book, which isn't really my jam, but it is short and it is available at my library, so I figure why not? Let's just do it for the last month of the year. So I will be participating in that. And the last way that I pick out my TBR for the month is with this deck of cards. This is actually half of the deck because as I've been picking out cards this whole year, I've been leaving them aside so I don't get the same ones. But this is the Adventurers Tarot by Weirdworks. It is not a tarot deck, it is an oracle deck, it is just called the Adventurers Tarot for some reason. So there are 103 cards, each one has a different prompt attached to it. There are 2 types of cards. The first is the class cards, which there are 2 copies of in like different colorways, and if I pull that, then I have an option of 2 different prompts to choose from. If I've already used one of the prompts from pulling that card before, then I have to go with the other one. Then we have the enemy cards, and those are in groups, and they have like a theme among them. So it would be like the dragon, 2 of dragons, 3 of dragons, 4 of dragons, all of those all go together. Hopefully that makes sense, but I did shuffle the deck. We're still gonna do a little split here, sure, just to show you that I'm not putting specific ones on top. And I had started off this year pulling 5 cards a month, then over the summer I got a little overwhelmed and I ended up dropping it down to 3, and then I went back to 5 for a couple of months. I think this time, since I pulled an extra series, I'm just gonna do 3 cards. So we have the Mystic, ooh, we have the Bard, okay, 2 class cards, and our final card pull for 2025 is the Monstrosity. This one's one of the enemy cards. Okay. I am going to consult my list of prompts to see what these ones correspond to because I do not have all 103 prompts memorized. Then I'm going to pick books for them and then come back and talk to you guys. Okay, I am back, and it was actually a lot easier to fill these prompts than I thought it would be. The cards were very nice to me this month, so great way to end out the year. But the first card that I pulled was the Mystic, and the 2 prompt options for this are a comic book or a manga. And I do actually have a comic book on my physical TBR that I could have gone with, but I went with manga instead, and I will be reading volume 18 of Chainsaw Man. I am woefully behind on this series. Volume 18 came out a while ago. Volume 19 came out in October. I believe Volume 20 is coming out in January, so I have to catch back up. I might actually reread like maybe Volume 16 and 17 along with reading Volume 18 just to refresh myself on where we are in the story. I can't really give you a good synopsis of where we're at because we are at this point 18 volumes in, and that's a lot of spoilers. But Chainsaw Man is really crazy. It's got like body horror and action and fun, and it's absolutely ridiculous but also extremely poignant at times, and it's one of my favorite manga series. Highly, highly recommend. If you think it sounds even remotely interesting, maybe check it out and let me know what you think about it. I would love to chat about Chainsaw Man with people. But that is the first card. The second one that I pulled was the Bard, and the 2 options for this are to put a playlist on shuffle and pick a book based on whatever song comes up first, which I do love. I want to do that very much, but the one that I went with was Romance, because that's the other prompt option, and it very easily let me fit Barbarian's Touch into here, which I did look up. That is the one that I'm on. It is book 7, and you'll see it on screen again. This is the 7th book in the Iceblade Barbarian series, as I said, and again, we're very far into it, so I can't give you that much of a synopsis on what's happening specifically, but these are alien romance books. They're really silly and self-indulgent. They're very fast reads, which I appreciate, and I just have a good time with them whenever I read them, so I'm excited to continue on with that series. The third card that I pulled, the final one for December for 2025 as a whole, was the Monstrosity. And the prompts for the Monstrosity cards are all different horror genres because I love horror. And this one specifically is body horror or slasher. So I could have put Chainsaw Man here and it would have fit perfectly because it is very much body horror, but I just picked up some books from the library, and one of them I think is going to fit the body horror vibe. I don't know for sure, but based on the synopsis, it seems like it will, and that is Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang by Kylie Lee Baker. I have been seeing this everywhere on BookTube, and I just really, really wanted to read it. I don't know too much about it. I know our main character, Cora Zhang, it says she's a crime scene cleaner, washing away the remains of brutal murders and suicides in Chinatown. And then her sister undergoes a horrible accident happening, and it has to do with racism as a theme, and specifically anti-Chinese racism. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this. The cover is stunning. I love bats. If you did not know that, bats are one of my favorite animals. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to this. I would have been reading it in December anyway because I did just check it out from the library, but I'm glad that I got it onto the official TBR. So we do have a very small physical stack to hold up this month, but that's fine. We have Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang, we have Chainsaw Man Volume 18, and on top of this we also have Tiny Habits, Sea Sparrow, Barbarian's Touch, and The Dragon Republic. I also have some very ambitious vlog plans for December for reading vlogs, and only one of the books on my list of books we've talked about today could potentially fit into those plans. They don't even like there's not a guarantee that book would fit, but like it has potential to fit. So, yeah, wish me luck for reading in December. But I am very much looking forward to these books and also the ebooks that I have. I feel like it's going to be a very solid reading month. But we have now come to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.